used to be a giant exhibit in the Smithsonian for coins. And it was built in the 1960s. It was 5,000 square feet, and it was huge. I saw the collection when I was a kid, very inspired by it. They have the Lilly collection, which is Josiah Lilly from Lilly Pharmaceuticals donated the coin collection to the Smithsonian in 1966. And it's a virtually complete set of United States gold coins and coins of the world. And they had a room that was larger than this with every coin on the wall. So you could walk in a room, it's like a room full of gold coins, every coin in the world, and many unique ones. It's unbelievable. And sometime, not sure, in the late 90s or early 2000s, they did a remodel of the museum. And if anyone has been there in the last several years, is the Star Spangled Banner now is like the main centerpiece of the museum. So the space where the Star Spangled Banner is was going to go 2 stories up, and they took out they scheduled to take the coin collection off exhibit. So the coin collection became an obsolete exhibit from the 1960s, with really no guarantee of because the museum changed over years. It's now, if you have an exhibit, any exhibit you have, a major exhibit, is a funded exhibit. It's not like just the national collection's up because it's up. You actually have to have, there has to be someone, generally what it is, it's naming rights, and it'll be like the Ford Motor Hall or something like that. So it's a thing. So they actually took down the exhibit with no plans to put it back up. So the whole coin community was really upset about it, and including the curators, of course. And so they were like, "What can we do?" And so when I was there doing my book at the time, the Encyclopedia of Gold, so I helped them raise money for a small exhibit in the castle. It was fairly small. It was there for about 2 or 3 years. It was fun. We had a grand opening and all that stuff. And I helped them raise about $250,000. And then later, they had another small, 200 square foot space became available in the main Museum of American History, and they said they needed to raise about $400,000 for that. So I used my connections in a hobby, and we raised money for that. And it was a nice little grand opening, and that was a lot of fun. And then after another 2 or 3 years, 4 years, they started doing what they call the West Wing of the Museum of American History, and a large space became available. It was like 1,000 square feet. And the guy, David Allison, I was dealing with, he said, "We've got a great opportunity, but it's going to be a big ask, but we need to raise almost $2.5 million to do this exhibit." And to me, it was wasn't just an opportunity. It was almost like the hobby could not afford not to have coins in the museum. So it was just really an important thing. And I thought that I might be able to find somebody in the hobby that would be willing to be the, I don't want to be good at naming it, the Harry Bass Collection Hall of Coins, some big coin collector that would be love that honor. But I asked 20 people, and a lot of people actually had the money, but they thought it'd be like an ego. People would tease them about oh, that you got your name on it. And so people just declined to do that. So it came really close to not happening. And then then we started breaking up in pieces. And I went to some of my peers that have been very successful in the hobby, and then a couple of other companies that would want to be involved. And we started doing it. And so instead of one person, which is probably better, it worked out in the long run, the community came together, and we got everybody in the hobby, probably 20 different people, even Crane Paper Money, a Crane Paper company who makes paper money, donated money. Lilly Foundation donated money. So everyone came together and donated, came up with over $2.5 million for the exhibit. And now it's a fabulous exhibit. I mentioned earlier, it's 4 or 5 million people a year see the coin collection. So that is there now. And they've got a new curator. Dr. Ellen Feingold is the new curator now. She's been there for 4 or 5 years. And we have a thing called Friends of Numismatics that I'm a part of. And after I raised the money for that, they gave me the unbelievable honor of being asked to be on the board of the Museum of American History. So I'm on the board now, which is, for me, it's a great thing because 99.9% of my life, business-wise, is with coins, and this is an opportunity to be involved with something other than coins. I get to talk about, what should the immigration exhibit, be? They asked the board, so it's really neat to be involved in something much bigger than my hobby, and it's also something my wife has been able to do with me, and we've been able to do it together, and it's been really great for us to be able to make great friends and see something that's been wonderful. And you asked earlier, involvement. Really, the nonstop thing is about fundraising, because that place takes money. Most people don't know it, but the Smithsonian is the only money they get federal funds is to pay for, like, the lights and the infrastructure, anything to do exhibits or education or all the digitization or all that stuff requires private funding. So I work probably quarterly with some of the people there and try to strategize about how to twist arms, essentially. So that's what we do a lot, and it's been successful. And people want to get back to the hobby, and a lot of people, my peers, have been very successful in their career, and they like the opportunity to get back. And if you are going to get back to the hobby, it's probably the most effective way to spend your money, because more people can, if you donate $10,000, that's going to be used to a good purpose, because a lot of people are going to see the the results of it. So it's a really good thing, and not to mention they get a behind the scenes tour of everything. So that's always a lot of fun.